Hi, I'm Kinjal Shah, manager at KCEIL, and we are back with yet another KU Pod Squad. I have no special talent, but I'm only passionately curious. A famous line by none other than Albert Einstein falls true for this guest, who I'm going to introduce you today. He is a skilled and a professional entrepreneur. He is an experienced co-author, a columnist, an advisor, a mentor, a TEDx speaker, my favorite, professional quizmaster, and wow, quizmaster, a founder member for Brand Club Gujarat, and the founder and chief marketing advisor for SKC Consultancy. Everybody, we welcome none other than Mr. Sanjay Chakrabarty. Hello, sir.
Hi, Kinjal. Thank you for such an elaborate introduction. And I often say that when you make such an elaborate introduction, the expectation of the audience enhances.
Absolutely.
So I thank Kannavati University also for having me here. And it's lovely meeting you after a long time and getting an opportunity to interact with you.
Pleasure is all mine, sir. As I said, my favorite professional quizmaster. But today, the roles have reversed.
Yeah.
I'm going to quiz you. And we're going to ensure that students take home as much as possible from you.
Sure.
So you have always been the person or the face behind advertisements, consumer insights. As far as Gujarat is concerned, as far as Ahmedabad is concerned, a lot of people reckon with those words when it comes to the name Sanjay Chakrabarty. Would you define for our students, because even today, in 2025, there's a very thin line between advertising, branding, today's world, influencer marketing. Then, of course, you have consumer insights. You get blinded by all of it. Let's begin with the basics, the definitions of branding, advertising, and influencer marketing.
Yeah, it's a very interesting subject and no industry can survive without these themes. In a very simple manner, I'll let you know with an example, the concept of branding, which I have been given in various institutes and forums, that if I keep two bottles filled from the same bottling plant, one has the name called Bisleri, the other doesn't have any name, which one will you buy?
Obviously, with the name Bisleri.
Okay, I'll charge 10 rupees for Bisleri, the other one has rupees 8. Now, which one will you buy? One has...
That's cheaper.
No, I'm asking you, there's a brand called Bisleri which is lying in front of you, which has got rupees 10 marked on it and rupees 8 without a label.
I think I'll still go with the brand, yeah.
And people say that if you give sales promotion, you can break the market. So what I do is that with the bottle which doesn't have any brand name, I give you a pouch free. Will you still buy that? Or will you still go for the branded one, Bisleri?
I'll still go for the branded one, right?
So why are you not buying the other one?
Because I'm unaware about the brand.
What else?
So
what else?
I can't go with blind faith, no, especially when it comes to water.
Okay. So you're talking about faith. You're talking about trust. You're talking about peace of mind. You're talking about quality. Actually, you never bought water. You bought everything else than that. Because when I said that they both are filled from the same bottling plant and I'm priced at 10 rupees with a brand, you are actually buying something beyond water. Water is given for granted. So you're buying something which is called peace of mind, you're buying something quality, trust. That's what the brand is all about.
Wow.
So every industry is trying to build up that image in the minds of the prospective customers so that they feel that it is trustworthy. I know this brand and it has got quality and I can believe on it and I can have a peace of mind when I buy this.
Okay.
The whole journey is towards that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's the basic, simple way you can explain brand. So whether it's B2B, whether it is B2C, B2C means it's a direct consumer brand or it's a industrial brand which is called B2C or it is a personal brand. That is the whole purpose of this exercise. And it will definitely give you a better price, right? You gave me 2 rupees more.
Interesting, yes.
Yeah, I tried to break you by giving you a sales promotion, but it could not happen because you trusted that brand.
Okay.
Right? Having said that, I'll also tell you that when Bisleri says that I'm 100% safe, then it has to be safe. It cannot just make a claim and doesn't do that. So now how the question comes that how branding is created? Is branding first you have to define what is the perception you want to create in the minds of consumers. That is to be true in every sense. And then you communicate about it.
Very true. What about advertising? So if you have So if I have to define or if I have to differentiate between branding and advertising, how do I do it? I mean, because there's still this notion कि वो पेपर में आ गया तो वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट हो गया, टीवी में वो स्टार ने कर दिया तो वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट हो गया. So how do you
This is a very, very good question which is relevant to the students also. So as I rightly said, that branding is creating an image. Now the question comes, how do I create that image? The creation of that image happens through communication.
Okay.
Now this communication is advertising, nothing else.
Interesting.
So this communication can be done through print, through television, through social media, through hoardings, through radio. You're just communicating. And there has to be synergy in all this medium which you're using so that the perception is created. If I want to create a perception that I am a luxury brand, then make sure that your communication appeals or is an aspirational brand which is talking about luxury. Whatever medium you take, whether you're taking social media, you're taking hoardings, you're taking print, you're taking television, the concept should be the same, because at the end of the day, you're creating a perception of that brand. You're using various tools. Tools are your print ads or your television or social media, whatever you're using it. So you have to have synergy, and that is called advertising. Then advertising not necessarily is only into coming into print, coming into television. It can be your own personality which you communicate. So for example, I go to a showroom of a luxury brand and I don't see the performance or the courtesy which is to be done as a luxury brand. It is also communication, and he is also advertising. The owner goes to a public forum, speaks to a public management forum. He has to reflect the brand image there also. So you cannot differentiate yourself because of the medium. You have to understand the medium and communicate the perception you want to create.
So consumers are buying or falling for perception, or are they falling for what's real, what's product? Like when you asked me for Bisleri and the unbranded water package, I as a consumer went for Bisleri. So what is the consumer looking at here then?
See, consumer, what the purpose of advertising is not always sales.
Okay.
The purpose that I should be aware of the brand and I should at least consider. If I don't speak, who will consider you?
Correct.
If Bisleri would have not communicated or advertised at all, nobody would have considered them. Na? So the purpose of advertising may be, first of all, I have to generate awareness and then get it considered. Once you get considered, I consume a product, then the question comes whether I should prefer you or not.
Interesting.
Right? So after preference, everything happens. So first of all, before preferring you, I should be considered.
And there's always a competition for preferences as well.
There is always a preference. So, technically every advertisement or every communication will have its own objective.
Right.
For example, I may be there only to create consideration. Right? So, for example, Kellogg's is trying to communicate and trying to find out a consideration mode in your breakfast table. You may not be preferring right now, but they will try to convince you for considering it. There are various products which gets launched, which are new in concept. So they try to get the consideration first. After you consider that category, then many other competitors will jump into the same genre. And then the question comes, why should I prefer you? Giving you an example, orange peel-off mask for a female is into consideration mode. So the advertisement will be telling you why should you consider orange peel-off mask, because the concept is yes to be considered. But the same female, when she uses a moisturizer, you don't have to tell them that you have to consider moisturizer. They know moisturizer is considered in this category. So then the preference comes. So I'll come with a communication saying it is aloe vera ke saath, chemical free hai. So I'll try to communicate or try to find out that there is some preference should be done and you should consider that.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, and nothing will happen if you don't communicate.
So the right mode of communication or the right way of communication is also important.
The message.
So for students, for instance, how would you, as somebody who's come to teach students or explain them advertising, explain them branding, how do you think students could, create effective communication through advertising and branding?
They have to understand the basic concept. Where they may be tomorrow's brand managers, they may be the entrepreneurs, or they may themselves be creating their own personal brand. They should sit on the drawing table and find out, think a lot. What is that perception I want to get created among the target audience? Okay. And they may find while they're doing so, there are a hell lot of competitors who are already doing this.
Correct.
So still they have to create a differentiation in that.
Okay.
So it has to, see, they have to create the differentiation. Otherwise, the communication will go futile and it will help the other competitor to be selling.
So it all begins on the drawing table.
Because maximum time they should invest in finding out what is that perception I want to get created in the minds of the target audience. For example, as an individual, I want the perception should be that the people should consider me after 5 years the most intelligent person. That everybody's dream. But then from day one, you have to start. Why should they be considering you as the smartest guy or the most intelligent? You have to behave intelligently. So it's a very good saying which says, when the why is clear, how becomes easy.
Very well put, sir.
In advertising also, if the why is clear, then how becomes easy. I want to be perceived as a jovial, vibrant brand. Then start doing that, na?
Correct.
So how becomes very easy now.
Going ahead with that, say for instance, a brand comes out with, we want to become the next big brand when it comes to soaps and body wash, and they create these beautiful ads and scenic beauties, and of course you have the film stars there, your favorite ones or not, both in either case. Isn't that also in a way misleading the consumers into buying products, or that's not a misleading thing? How would you define such ads?
There are multiple questions in your question, right? I'll tell you first that advertising objective depends on the marketing objective.
Okay.
It never happens that one fine morning I get up as an entrepreneur and start launching a soap brand.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
There is a lot of research which is done. There may be possibility that there is a market of 100 soaps and all the competitors put together are able to manufacture only 60 soaps. So there is 40 soap ka gap. So I come up with that, covering that 40% of the market, and I tap those market where the soap is not available and do that. So what will happen is that then my advertising will follow that.
Correct.
Right? I come with the soap which is unique in nature and I kill all the other competitors and come out with this thing.
Correct.
Giving an example, what happened with Pulse? Confectionery was there. But somebody came out with this unique combination and rest was history. Because they came out with that and they advertised that thing in the market.
True.
Right? So it will always follow the marketing objective because it cannot in isolation work in the market. But see, it is said that if you carry some unwanted product or services and if you advertise, people will come to know that you are carrying something unwanted. Because without that, people were not considering you.
Right.
Now, when you advertise and this product is not wanted in the market, people will come to know that there is an unwanted product which this brand is carrying.
Okay.
So, brand is a very serious business. You're creating a perception. Through advertisement, you have communicated that I got a product which will deliver this service or this will deliver this benefit.
Got it.
And when I use it, I don't find this. It will backfire. You will not be able to create your image. Actually, your image will be deteriorated and it may be a negative image which you are creating. So it's a long-term process.
But doesn't negative image work a lot these days?
No. It will never. It will not be for a long term.
Oh, okay.
Right? It would have been very easy to get attention, but not consideration.
Okay.
So I may get an attention about you, but at long run I may not consider you because it doesn't make any value for me, for the benefit which I have bought it for.
True.
So it will never happen like that. It's a very serious business and it's a process. It is like any human being which creates an image. It takes ages to create an image, but to dent it takes hardly few seconds.
Very true, sir.
Right?
Very
So this building of image is a hardship. It is a lot of investment has been done, and then you create this image. That's why people prefer you, na? They pay you more to release more.
Right.
Because there's an image which has been created since ages. It is not that tomorrow I start creating an image, day after tomorrow you get that image. It will never happen like that.
Yeah.
So I feel that all the brands are like human beings. And human beings also take time to create their own image. They do activities, they do all the initiatives which build their image consciously. It becomes in their habit. They don't pretend to do that.
Sir, if you consider, considering this reply that you just gave, in between a few years back, Maggi had faced a lot of backlash for the content that it had in its noodles, in the instant packets. Now, for somebody like me who's grown up even on Doordarshan, 2 minute mein Maggie ready types, vegetable Maggie, and the kid comes home and the mother prepares for it. And he's like enjoying himself, and then she's enjoying. The brother sister are like happy go lucky, and the day is made types, after school. But because of the backlash too, there was a complete downfall for the brand in the market, and the products were not getting sold. But then they made it back. Can you explain that scenario?
See, whatever I say is my personal opinion from my thought process.
Please.
Brands, like you said, in my family I use it. Brands have an emotional connect, right? Now something bad happened, right? So it is like your friend did something bad, or a family member did something bad, but you do not reject from your life. So that was the reason, because Maggie was so strongly involved in your family,
Right.
that it came back.
Interesting.
Right? And you said, we miss you, Maggie. Right? Like human being.
Right.
Whatever happened, they wanted to, regenerate the same image to the public and all that. But just because it was a brand, you allowed them to make that mistake sometime. If it was not a big brand, or it was like some Champaklal and company, you would have, deleted from your life here.
Very true.
But just because it was a brand called Maggie, and it was there since ages, you built an emotion with that. And when you built an emotion, you started emotionally attached with that brand.
Wow.
You don't know the reason about it, but you get emotionally connected. So it is like your family member, as I was saying, that somebody made a mistake or somebody didn't do a proper job, and so you forgive them person. Same way you forgot what Maggie did. And he said, okay, thoda din ho gaya, just because it was a benefit of being a good brand.
Interesting.
Many things. I'll tell you an example. Your grandmother was using lactocalamine.
Yes.
Your mother was using lactocalamine.
Right.
So sometimes what happens is when you try to change it in the shape and the way it is, you don't feel good because you're emotionally connected. It has to be like that only.
Very true.
I'll give you a very interesting consumer insight which may or may not be related to this. Sometimes the demerit of a brand can be the merit of the brand.
Okay. Could you
Like if I give an example, if I ask you what is bad in Dettol, you will say pungency,
हाँ,
और वो जलता है.
थोड़ा सा जलता है. हाँ.
So I may be a smart marketing guy, do a research, find out that, sir, 80% of the people when I did a research, they said जलता बहुत है और pungency बहुत होती है. Let's change it. And we come out with something which smells good और जलता नहीं है.
हाँ.
Now the same person, when he is given the brand which is not jalta, and बदबू नहीं आता, बोलता है जलता नहीं है तो काम नहीं करता है.
Very true.
Yeah.
Huh?
So see, jalta was demerit for you. But jalta was never a demerit. It was a merit of the brand. So you have to understand the consumer insight, right? Before you communicate, before you advertise, and before you are a competitor trying to come up with kill the other brand, you have to understand that people may love, because I'm telling you now, it's like emotion.
Correct.
खराब है तो भी अच्छा लगता है, right? कुछ भी है, but I don't know why I buy this, but I buy this because they've been attached to that brand since ages.
Very true.
So now in this genre, in this world, it is very difficult to create such a brand because there are multiple competitors.
Very true.
The loyalty has changed. There's no strong loyalty towards a brand. So brand have to work hard to build that emotional connect.
Very well put, sir. Sir, I remember when I was studying advertising as one of the subjects during my mass comm and photography days, I was told that word of mouth was one of the most effective ways of advertising in the yesteryears. Going to the market and talking about चौराहे पे जाके announce कर दिया, या शॉप के बाहर आज भी काफ़ी जगहों पे दिखते हैं, ले लो, ये कर लो, खा लो, that types. And then we have online advertising, and then we have, of course, offline has, ruled the roost. But we now have online as well. Could you help us understand, all these different mediums, and which is the most effective? Are we in a position to say which is the most effective? I mean, these are the two bits I want to understand.
Yeah. See, word of mouth, as you rightly said, I'll answer that first. Word of mouth is that an individual going and telling about your brand. So if I want to reach lakh people, now you can imagine how many times you have to say the same thing. So word of mouth is good once you have experienced it and somebody asks you or you feel good about it. The reach is very low.
Right.
So if you are asking me about the effectiveness about about a medium, it depends on your target audience. For example, if I'm selling a bike, then male audience might be my male young person, maybe my target audience.
Correct.
So I have to find out first the consumer media habit, that the person who's going to be my prospective buyer
Very true.
is consuming which media,
Very true.
at
Correct.
what time,
Ha.
when,
Ha.
and then I'll advertise in that. So it may be possible that the consumer who is your prospect may not be using a single medium. He may be using various mediums. So
Very
you have to distribute your budget accordingly
okay.
and see the effectiveness of that.
Very nice.
Right.
Okay.
So having said this, there is very important thing that not only the medium, when you want to advertise is also important.
Okay.
Giving an example, why does toothpaste ads come in the evening at 9 o'clock? Not in the morning,
Yeah.
much in the morning.
Prime time? Is that?
No,
Okay.
because that is the time you want to be reminded.
Oh, yes.
When you're open to such communication, why all the insurance and mutual fund ads come in the month of February and March? Because year ending, tax benefit.
Financial.
Yeah, it will never be receptive when you are doing it in the month of April because everything has been done.
Correct.
So it's just not the medium. The time when you're communicating, the slot when you're communicating, it's a very, very complex thing. So today you got more than 250 channels
True.
and you have to decide your consumer is watching what. And in that, okay, he watches the next channel. Then in the next channel, which is a program he's watching. How long is he watching?
Correct.
And then you have to communicate about it. But having said this, the most important thing is that you have to communicate. You have to communicate. And everybody knows the importance of this. Giving an example, on the street, there is a street where the street vendor is selling, for example, shirts over 50 rupees. And there are 10 vendors who are, the thela walas who are selling 50 rupees ka shirts,
Okay.
right? So there's a guy who stands on the thela and shouts, le lo, 50 rupees ka shirt le lo, gir gaya, daam gir gaya. So if you are a prospective buyer of that shirt of 50 rupiya, where you will be seeing first? The guy who is standing and shouting?
No, dam gir gaya.
No, the person who is saying this,
Right.
so he is advertising with his limited budget,
Right.
right? First you will go there. If you don't find something appropriate, then you go to the next one.
Correct.
Why this vendor sabji wala shouts here?
Very true.
He is advertising with his limited budget. He cannot come on the print ad, television ad, but he means ki this is my target audience who is around me, and I have to create an attention towards that, generate awareness and consider me. So he'll start shouting ki bhai 50 rupees ka 2 le lo ya 3 le lo 4 le lo. So that's the time when the housewife who wants to shop, she will see it that vendor first and then go to the other one. So every person is doing it. It's the basic principle of advertising that you need to advertise, communicate to create your image. It's a basic thing that you need to communicate to be considered.
Communicate to be considered. Wow. Okay. And communicate effectively to be considered.
Effective means you have to find out the media habit of the consumer.
Very true.
What are the media habit they're consuming,
Okay.
and accordingly you have to communicate.
Wow. In a day and age of technology, artificial intelligence, where AI seems to have set itself, cemented itself in the field of creative art, performing arts as well. When it comes to films and when it comes to television, I feel television ads also are using AI somewhere. I feel I could be wrong. But in this day of, technology and AI, how can they best use this in their favor? How can brands use this in their favor? How can consumer understand that, today I know a lot of people who don't understand the difference between an AI generated ad and an ad.
There's an advancement of AI technology which is not making you understand the difference between an AI driven ad and a normal ad.
Correct.
Okay. So always a technology will help you to create something beautiful. But you have to know what you want to create. You're intellectually driven. If you're intellectually driven, you should know what you want AI to do. First of all,
Very,
if I want to create an ad, the concept of that ad should come to your brain. Na?
very
This is
true.
what I want to create. Whether it is an AI driven or non AI driven, you should know what has to be given to the audience which affects the consumers. Having said this, I always say that there are certain things which AI cannot do in advertising and creative.
Okay.
It cannot challenge the brief. Right? If I give you a brief, you will do accordingly the brief.
Correct.
But you will never challenge the brief.
Very true.
Right? So if a brand has to be consumed, there will be rarely a disruption which will be happening. For example, if I give you a brief, it will follow the brief. You will come out with an output which is brief driven.
Huh.
But they will never ask you a question. No, I think this is not the right brief. I think we can challenge this. Right? Why should sugar free be consumed only by diabetic people? Why can't it be consumed by non-diabetic people? Which I don't think right now AI is able to do that. But tomorrow it may happen. So, and secondly, certain focus, empathy will never be there through AI.
Very true.
I've been always telling that advertising is just not coming into television, print ads, hoardings, and radio and social media. It is what you deliver when I come and interact with your brand. I have a showroom, for example. I advertise that I am the best and the largest and the most consumer-friendly showroom. That is what advertising does.
Okay.
It has created a perception.
True.
Now I come to your showroom.
True.
And the salesman doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot and he doesn't take care of me. And I've not been taken care. There's no empathy. Why would I buy? So the empathy with AI will not give you, na? Empathy comes from a consumer.
From a consumer.
Should I give you an example for this?
Please.
Yeah. I have a very big jewelry brand.
Okay.
And suppose it to be, and it is, one of the largest mall. So one fine morning, a middle-class family comes with her daughter and they wanted to return the jewelry set which they bought a month back.
Okay.
So typically if I am an AI driven, it will calculate the price of the gold today
Right.
and the price of the gold when they bought.
Correct.
If there's any difference, they'll delete it and give it to you after deleting the making charges.
Making charges.
Right?
Yeah.
So the owner asked you, why are you returning it back? He said there is a problem in our family is that she was supposed to get engaged, but the engagement got broken and they want to return it back because we need the money now. So this was happened. So if it is an AI driven, I will typically calculate it and if possible, I'll give you money back.
Very true.
Now here the question comes of humanity and human intelligence and empathy.
Right.
So the owner says, you know what, which makes the brand more stronger. He says, you want the money back? What, you have the bill? They said, yes, we have the bill. So what he did, he completely, whatever money was there, he gave it back to them.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was not the end.
Okay.
Now the intervention of human or empathy comes into picture. He said, I will not sell this set. I'll keep it in the locker for another 2 years because she's going to get engaged again. That time she can buy it because when she was buying, there are a lot of emotions involved.
How?
She dreamed about it and she will take it. It is her property lying with me. And whenever she wants to get engaged and she wants to get it back, she'll get it from here.
Oh.
That AI won't be.
That's a deep connect.
Yeah, that's what the brand is all about. There's an image. Can you imagine that audience will ever leave that brand? They will bring 10 more brands. This is how the brand gets developed, the image gets developed, and they really mean it. It was not an artificial thing which was happening.
That is so good. Yeah, that creates a deep impact in the mind.
That is what I'm saying. Branding is just not coming into print, television. What you perform in the interactive when the consumer is coming, when you're interacting with the brand, how are you doing this? Luxury brands, like all these luxury cars.
Correct.
They actually don't buy the luxury car. They are going to the showroom to have an experience of buying that luxury car. It's the experience which you buy. So that's why you are ready to pay 75 lakhs.
Very true.
So when I'm buying a 75 lakhs, I'm not putting on the floor of some street and saying, ki kharid lo 75 lakh ka. They give an experience of buying.
Very true.
So when you go to these showrooms, you'll find genuinely German coffee makers.
Yes.
German furnitures.
Oh, of course.
People trained from Germany.
Yes.
So that they should feel good of buying a luxury brand.
Very true.
Right. That's the reason.
So how would you define, taking a cue from what you just mentioned, the jeweler's story, absolutely, deep meaning, leaving an impact on the consumer. We're in an age, sir, where influencers play a lot of role. Be it celebrity influencers, be it, or rather influencers who've turned into celebrities, or, novices who are learning the tricks and traits of the industry and turning into influencers. And then we have endorsements. My first bit to this particular section is, what is influencer marketing really all about?
See, there are various purposes when a brand engages an influencer. So they want to be reaching faster. So this influencer has followers.
Correct.
Now when he's saying or speaking something, even the consumer knows. Okay, this person is an influencer. But he comes to know about the brand of which the influencer is talking.
Okay.
Sometimes it may be difficult for a brand to reach so many people
Right.
together.
Right.
So they use the influencers. While choosing the influencers, you have to see whether the influencer is credible or not.
Okay.
If the influencer is credible, it will give you more mileage because it's just not likes. It is also the engagement,
Correct.
also the credibility which gets established. So for that, you have to make sure that you invest your money to an influencer who is credible enough. Secondly, having said that it has to be credible, the influencer is helping the brand to reach, not the brand helping the influencer to reach.
Okay. Okay.
Right? An influencer means for a brand to reach you.
Right.
So it should not happen the brand is investing so much in the influencer that influencer gets more popular than the brand.
Very true.
So it is from ages. Today you're talking about influencers. Earlier it was brand ambassadors,
Right.
brand endorsers.
Right.
It should not happen that when people go there and say कि वो अमिताभ बच्चन वाला कपड़ा दीजिए ना. Amitabh Bachchan sir is there to promote X brand.
Correct.
So people should go and talk about the brand, not of. So it is called like dwarfing the brand
Okay.
because you used a celebrity so much that people started communicating at the brand like that. So the brand is not here to
Right.
promote the celebrity. The celebrity is here to promote the brand. Right?
Get it.
And now new regulations are getting made in the industry where influencers have to take responsibility of endorsing or communicating about a brand.
Okay.
They hold the complete responsibility
Okay.
of communicating about a brand. They can't, because they're the influencers. They
Right.
influence people's by
Right.
decisions.
Very true.
So they should not do that because then the credibility goes and the ethical part goes away.
But there are so many today in the market, sir. I remember when I used to, walk out as a journalist to interview, the managers or their social handlers or whatever, the celebrities, social managers and stuff like that, they would first want influencers to come and, interact with the celebrities. And it was quite furious for journalists like us because we would be like all prepared, homework done. And these kids of today, I mean, we find them kids, no offense to any influencer here on board, but we would be like, okay, the questions asked are very silly, the homework is not well done, and it's just a face with a number of million followers. So how do we find the credibility? You just mentioned, I mean, it's not just about likes, it's also about their interaction. How are people interacting on that particular person's social media handle? So how do we really find that out? Because today, even likes are bought. The people are bought. How do we do that? How does a consumer?
Yeah, exactly. This is what is happening when there are multiple endorsers available in the market. So what happens? See, I'm telling you, it is managing the brand. Again, I'm saying the same thing. It's like choosing any endorser which has nothing to do with your brand, and it just speaks about your brand.
Correct.
So consumer are smarter. They know that this has been done through an influencer to reach me. So I reach. Right. For example, you're doing an influencer marketing for a restaurant.
Okay.
Now you come to know because of the influencer there is a restaurant available here.
Right.
The purpose is done. That influencer is telling me that there is a restaurant like that. Now the question is, when I go to the restaurant and if I don't find what the influencer said, it will automatically backfire. Whole investment will go to drain.
Very true.
Right. So again, I'm coming to that same thing that you have to make sure that the brand has been endorsed by an influencer who is credible enough, and influencer also takes the charge, takes the responsibility of talking about something which is really there. Otherwise, he himself will lose his credibility.
So is there a difference between an endorser and an influencer, or there's a thin line?
There's a thin line between this. Endorser may be making sure that he tells about the brand and he never talks about any competitors, and he has been paid accordingly.
Okay.
Right? And influencer can be influencing and being on the social media, telling about anything. Today you talk about this restaurant, tomorrow you're going to be talking about other restaurants.
Or using a product and telling them
all that,
what it needs to.
But endorser is a little larger thing, but more or less there is a thin line into it. But both the roles are different, and the purpose of both of them are to promote the brand.
So will it be also a right way to put that the work for both influencers and advertisers is to promote a particular product, or
to communicate about the product.
The
communication may be promotion.
So what is the difference then?
Promotion means I'm promoting a
No, what is the difference between an influencer and advertisement?
influencer medium.
Influencer medium and advertising.
So like he's a medium forum. For example,
Correct.
I go and talk in a public forum, in a management forum.
Right.
So I become an advertiser for that brand, na?
Right. Very true.
Right? I may not be directly saying, okay, you buy this product, but I may be telling about my infrastructure of the company, about my product, my deliveries, my network. So actually you are advertising, communicating about your brand. And there's nothing bad. It's a very respectful thing. Ages it isn't happening. So think about a situation where you don't communicate. Can you sell your product? Can you get it considered? No, you cannot.
Not at all. Not at all.
The mediums may be different.
Correct.
I may be launching in a big way where the entire world covers it as a PR. For example, I come with an Apple computer and launch it and say Apple computer, Steve Jobs had done it and the entire world get it covered. So that is a way of communicating. Think about he never saying about his computer, the best computer in the world. So how will it happen?
How will it happen?
So I have a best product in the world, but I don't want to communicate. So there's a myth in the industry कि पैसा आएगा तो हम एडवर्टाइज करेंगे, बट एडवर्टाइज नहीं करेंगे तो पैसा कहाँ से आएगा?
पैसा कहाँ से आएगा?
बिकॉज एडवर्टाइज करेंगे तो लोगों को पता चलेगा, तो कम्युनिकेट होगा, देन और इट विल कम्युनिकेट इट, देन और पीपल विल कंसिडर यू, एंड आफ्टर कंसिडरिंग यू इट विल प्रेफर यू. सो हाउ विल सेल्स हैपन अनलेस आई कम्युनिकेट?
सर ये जो लोगों की हम बात करते हैं, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे सर ये लोग consumers like me. So how do we differentiate between a genuine recommendation and a paid endorsement or recommendation?
It's coming back to the same question on influencer.
Yes. Wow.
Very difficult.
Wow.
Very difficult to identify because who is paid and not paid. Smart people who are in the industry will come to know about it. But usually general people, the consumers will not be able to know about it. Right? So again, I'm saying branding is a very, very serious business. If I'm paid and I'm telling you about a product or recommending about a product which is not worthy for me, which is not good enough to be considered, then it spoils two things. The image of the brand you are recommending and also you as a brand who is recommending.
Right.
His also image goes out.
Very true. Very true.
Get it?
So one good example of a brand endorsement from the years bygone.
Okay.
And the
I always remember this, which I heard from my seniors. There was a brand called Taj Tea.
Right.
Tea brand.
Right.
And it was endorsed by erstwhile a very reputed and recognized Zakir Saib.
Correct.
And he always said, Wah Taj.
Wah Taj.
Zakir Hussain.
Right, sir.
And that time, there was no selfies. There was a trend of autographs.
True.
And I heard that whenever he used to give an autograph, he used to write, Wah Taj, Zakir Hussain.
Wow.
And for that, the company had tied up, roped him to do this. And wherever function, wherever public event he used to go and give autograph, he used to write, Wah Taj, Zakir Hussain.
Oh, wow.
You can imagine that autograph would have been kept right in the hearts of people.
Of course.
That had been shown to 1,000 other people.
Very true.
And what a lovely endorsement which was done.
Very true. It stays in the mind of the consumer or everybody else.
And more importantly, with complete grace.
Yes.
With the brand stands for.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So brand stood for that.
How nice. How incredible. What thought process.
That is what the agencies have to do. Come up with some creative thoughts like that and then be in the market that remembers and gets itched in your brains forever.
So any such brilliant example from the years today?
So I'll give you another example which Saffola did.
Okay.
So they did this campaign on the World Heart Day.
Yes.
And in Mumbai. And they gave a pouch and the importance of taking care of heart.
Okay.
With all dabbawalas.
Oh.
So they gave it endorses the dabbawala. So when the dabbawala goes to the office and the dabba is opened.
Correct.
So there is a communication which says you to take care, and there is a pouch of Saffola which has been promoted, and there was a brilliant thing in the World Heart Day communicating about it because I was going to right people at the right time, because food is to be opened at that time, and that time you remember ki I should not have something oily. Isliye Saffola should be considered which takes care of your heart.
So when it's such a beautiful example that you gave of Saffola. So you're saying that they give you these little pouches of oil, is it?
Just a sample.
Okay.
And also the communication, nice brochure which tells you why should you take care of your heart? And remedy can be, the remedy can be this oil.
तो ये तो सर वही बात है ना, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना चाहिए. Are they not spending a lot when you're giving away
Yeah.
like this?
There's an investment.
Right. Okay.
It gets
You invest.
placed in your brains ना कि यार ये याद रहेगा आपको.
Very true.
Another brilliant example which I'll give you, when History Channel launched
Yes.
in India. So they had a statue which was by a human. A human was standing as Gandhiji.
Okay.
And a statue, and he was painted like a statue, and he was standing in the public street.
Okay.
But there was a movement in the body. And the bottom line, in the bottom, it was scripted, or it was written, history comes alive.
Wow.
Watch History Channel.
Oh, that is so
So that is what creative people do.
It all goes back to the drawing table. Students,
Yeah.
everybody who's there in the industry, I think it all goes down to the chalkboard, because I can really imagine what sir just mentioned. How brilliant the minds behind such amazing advertisements.
So having said this, I'll tell you something. It's not that you have a good mobile iPhone and you can be a good creative person. You may have the AI tools, but you cannot be a good creative person unless you know what has to be made.
Correct.
And to the students, I'll tell you that this is the only industry. The reason why we also stayed for long in this industry was because in the morning you think about a jewelry brand, in the afternoon I think about a garment brand, evening I think about a machine. It's the only industry which gives you an opportunity to think about various brands and get involved into it as a partner. Otherwise, you are in a particular product category. Morning, evening, sleeping, you have to think only of that.
Correct.
Here, you get an opportunity to think wide, think varied, and you get paid for that.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So, to sum up the conversation that we had in a quiz style, sir, few points to sum up branding, advertising for students.
Okay. A few random thoughts which I have in mind, I'll share it with the students. That first of all, you have to be curious, right? Second, you need to understand the concept of branding.
Correct.
It's an image creation. Third, you should have an elaborate research done for your competitors, for your market, for your consumers. And in consumers, when you do that, you should also think about the consumer insight, which is an in-depth understanding. Right. And then once you're curious, you will also be able to come out with something which is very innovative in nature, which appeals the heart and the mind of consumer.
Wow.
I would like to add one more thing for the students, is that all the students should understand that in the industry, when you go there, every idea which you give will get approved. Right? In initial days, you may not be given credit of anything.
Correct.
Because you are not reaching the market, because you don't understand the consumer. There may be reasons. So many a times it happens that you give an idea and you feel that why it's not getting approved, and you get demotivated.
True.
But all your ideas will never get approved. It's like, ideas are like babies. So it is very difficult for a mother to hear criticism of a baby. Same way your ideas, when people criticize, you don't like it.
Very true.
Right? So, but you take those criticism, evolve yourself, and then you have to be perfectly there. So when you work a number of years into a particular brand, you become a partner to that brand. You start knowing how to communicate about that brand.
Right.
And then it happens. So in initial days, you have to have patience, which is very important, which rarely you will find. So in advertising, if you don't have patience, your long hours, because you work with brains, not with machines.
Correct.
So when you work with brains, you cannot say the brain that in 2 hours, you come out with 2 best ideas. Right? In machines, you can have the raw material and the output is guaranteed. But when you work with brains, the output is not guaranteed. You may be motivated one day, you may not be motivated one day, but you have to keep churning out the output, the good quality output, because customers or your clients are paying for that.
Very well put, sir.
There are no number of hours in advertising. Ideas can come in the middle of the night, and you note it down and try to articulate it in a way which works for the consumer. And one more thing, always remember, which many people might have said, and I repeat that, you're not making communication or advertisements for your clients.
Correct.
You're making advertisements for your clients' clients.
Clients, yes.
Right? So you have to understand them well. Go and meet them.
Well put.
Go and meet them, understand them. Because you should know how a person who is a consumer will understand unless you meet them.
Very true.
To the new generation in this advertising industry, I will should make sure that they should go and visit the market, find out the consumer, talk to them, so that they understand what language they will use, but where they are going to do it.
Correct.
So every town has its own slangs of language.
Very true.
And if you speak to them in that language, it will work. I should not be considered as a foreigner in that market.
Very true. Very well put, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That was definitely needed for the students.
Many years back, we were launching Thumbs Up in Rajkot market. Right? And it was the first time which came up with 5 rupees bottle.
5.
First time.
Okay.
There was a 5 rupees bottle, and so it was Taste the Thunder in just rupees 5. When it was done in Ahmedabad, Tufani Thunder ka rupees 5 mein. But when we went to Rajkot, there was a brand called Socio.
Socio.
Which is like Bible to those people.
Yes.
They also, that was also in 5 rupees. So the copywriter, the content writer, which you say content writer, the advertising copywriter, who came out with a very nice line, which used the slang with the local news, and he said, Bapu, gajab thayo, ave thumbs up rupiya 5 ma. Bapu gajab thayo is a word used in Rajkot a lot.
Yeah.
People talk like the Bapu gajab thayo, Bapu apne jawano. So Bapu gajab thayo, ave thumbs up rupiya 5 ma. And that clicked.
Oh.
So that will only come when you're going to Rajkot. You have lived Rajkot. Otherwise, you will not come to know.
Wow.
ठीक है?
Bapu samjhi gaya. Yes. What a fantastic sum up to the entire conversation we've just had. Thank you so much, sir. I think every point, every ad you've mentioned, if you'll have missed out, please go back and look at it. But everything that he's mentioned is noteworthy, is journaling worthy, and needs to be taken home together.
Lovely talking to you. And
thank you so much, sir.
You have taken out everything from my heart. So thank you very much for having me here. And it was lovely talking to you after so long.
Lovely talking to you too, sir. Thank you so much.